everyone, and good Wednesday morning. Thank you so much for being here with us on WDBJ7 Plus. I'm Michaela Shelton. We've got a lot to get into on this WDBJ7 Plus show today. A lot of our hometowns are heading back to school, so we're bringing you a lot of coverage on that. We're also going to take a look at your First Alert hometown weather forecast a little later in the show, just to see what we can expect for the rest of the week. And we're also going to give you a preview of what's coming up on 7 at 4 later today. So yes, lots to get to, but of course, as always, we're going to start with your top local headlines for today. Police are asking for the public's help in locating an 18-year-old Forest man with warrants for sexual misconduct in public, according to the Campbell County Sheriff's Office. Now, deputies say warrants have been obtained for this man, Eli Howard. He's wanted for the following offenses of indecent exposure and obscene sexual display. On Monday, a deputy responded to Five Below on Simmons Run regarding a report of a man who exposed himself inside the store during business hours. The sheriff's office says Howard left the property before law enforcement arrived, and they're asking for anyone with information about Howard's whereabouts to call police. And deputies in North Carolina are asking you to keep an eye out for a person of interest in a homicide for March of this year. The Caswell County Sheriff's Office, which is just across the state line from Danville, says this woman, Sense Rogers, could be in Virginia. Deputies say she's known to visit both Danville and Chatham, and anyone with information about her location is asked to contact Caswell County Sheriff's Office. Well, as we mentioned earlier, back to school continues today with 14 more schools welcoming back students. Botetourt County, Giles County, Amherst, and Campbell County all go back today. Now, over in Blacksburg, thousands of Virginia Tech students will return to campus in just a week, and many are bringing cars to a town where parking space is already very tight. Our very own Austin Hicks made the drive out to the New River Valley and explains what the town is doing to ease the crunch.
During the summer, finding parking in this parking lot is pretty easy, but when a flock of 1,000 Virginia Tech Hokies comes back to school, finding a parking spot becomes a bumper-to-bumper issue.
You're gonna get a parking spot rarely.
Every single time we have to fight for parking.
Pretty much wherever I'm going in Blacksburg, I come here, and if it's a 2-mile walk, it's a 2-mile walk. It's not worth driving around another 30 minutes just trying to find parking.
For a decade, Blacksburg has searched for parking solutions. Now, Deputy Town Manager Matt Hanratty says big changes are coming. Evening enforcement will be extended during the school year. Single space meters are being replaced, and a new pay-to-plate mobile app is taking over that will alert people when a parking spot has opened.
It's this balance of, we have a parking issue when the students are here. There's a lot more demand for obvious reasons. So we can be flexible when the students are here, but also give the residents a break when the students are not, when parking is not at a premium.
Hanratty says Blacksburg is partnering with local businesses to offer parking vouchers. He says it all comes down to making parking simpler.
I mean, it's very common when you go to larger cities, and not that we're looking to be a larger city, but it's just a convenience for folks. At the end of the day, a convenience.
These changes would not be implemented until either winter break when students are away or next summer break. Reporting in Blacksburg, Austin Hicks, WDBJ7.
Now, Campbell County is one step closer to deciding the future of its landfill. Nelson County supervisors voted to accept a settlement deal. The deal would give full control of the regional landfill in Rustburg to Campbell County. This is a fight that's been going on for nearly 2 years. Supervisors narrowly voted to deny a landfill expansion last January. WDBJ7's Colby Johnson shows us why that vote means the controversial landfill expansion could soon be back on the table.
The Region 2000 Services Authority owns and operates the landfill in Rustburg. It's made up of representatives from Appomattox, Campbell, and Nelson counties and the city of Lynchburg. The 4 members have been tied up in litigation since 2020 over Appomattox and Nelson counties refusing to pay host fees to Campbell County. Now, the settlement proposed by Campbell County would end all of that litigation and give it full control over the landfill.
The primary benefit, of course, is that we become stewards standards of this entity that exists within our own community, right? The intent would be that we would continue to operate it in a sound and prudent way, but also that we could be more responsive to any citizen concerns that might arise.
If the settlement is agreed to, Lynchburg, along with Nelson and Appomattox counties, will be allowed to continue using the landfill. That would also mean expansion. If Campbell County doesn't expand the landfill, the settlement will be voided. The landfill is in Supervisor John Hardy's district. He has pushed against the proposed expansion.
A landfill brings down property values, creates problems in a residential area. And this is an area that people want to move to. We shouldn't be making it an area that people want to move from.
People living nearby agree.
Nobody wants a landfill in their backyard. We have one already. We know what that's like. What we don't want is for it to be double in size over the next 25 years.
The Board of Supervisors has the same 7 members as it did last January. However, at least one of the votes against expansion, Charlie Watts, has expressed support for it if the county has full control. Board of Supervisors Chair Tom Lawton told me he supports the expansion. He says the county will run the landfill more efficiently, and expansion will be much cheaper than building a waste transfer station. That expansion, the key to the entire deal, that vote could come in October. Colby Johnson, WDBJ7 News.
And Lynchburg has already accepted the settlement deal. Appomattox County supervisors will vote on the deal later this month. Campbell County supervisors would vote on it likely sometime in the next few months. So we'll keep you updated on that project there. Well, Lynchburg leaders have now laid out the roadmap for the city's next 20 years of development. A new draft of the city's comprehensive plan came out last week. City staff say it was long overdue and now more accurately reflects the community's vision. Our very own Robert Westerman explains what's changed over the years and what's ahead.
Some Lynchburg residents grew up here and chose to stay.
82 years old. Been here all my life.
Carl Hutcherson Jr. and Doris Waller have lived in the area since at least the 1940s. Hutcherson served on city council for a decade. Both he and Waller have seen how the city's grown. They say it hasn't evolved much physically, but in the way the buildings are used.
During my time on council, Rachel Flynn was our planning director. So while there are a lot of things that have changed, some things remain the same. A lot of the older buildings it was contemplated that they would be torn down. But Rachel, because of her architectural background, said no, these buildings can be used.
Now, the city is planning its vision for the future. It just refreshed its comprehensive plan. The previous update was more than 10 years ago. City planner Rachel Frischeisen says population growth and investments are pushing the community to change.
Comprehensive plans should be updated not just because state code requires it, but because communities are not static. So as our cities, towns, counties change over time, we want the long-range vision for that community to sort of evolve with it. So it's our hope that our comprehensive plan will reflect the community's vision.
The new draft includes plans for housing, transportation, and tourism. It will become a decision-making guide for the future. One aspect of the larger comprehensive plan is the small area plans. There are specific recommendations for neighborhoods across the city. The Diamond Hill District is one of the latest to implement one. Part of the plan includes an effort to revitalize downtown Lynchburg.
The business climate has changed in the downtown area. When I was in early 2000s or late 1900s, a lot of these buildings were stagnant. They were just sitting here. But the whole idea of businesses coming in, restaurants opening, and our city market being revitalized and rejuvenated, and it was just a lot. There was a lot going on.
It's a plan that lays out how the city will continue to grow now and for the next several decades. Reporting in Lynchburg, Robert Westerman, WDBJ7.
All right, yeah, good to see a plan in place and growth happening there. Well, over in Roanoke, there's a housing problem. In January, the Blue Ridge Continuum of Care counted 401 unhoused people around Roanoke in one night. The vast majority of those were in the city. Roanoke Area Ministries, or RAM, has been serving the unhoused population for 55 years. They run the largest day shelter in the city, and while the day shelter doesn't offer a place for people to rest at night, they offer other services to help get people off their feet. The decision to move to a bigger and upgraded space put some operations on hold. Now, the finish line is finally coming into view. WDBJ7's Logan Beebe reports.
Danny Cox knows how important a place like Ram House is because he used to be the one who needed its help.
In the 90s, I used to come to Ram House and eat lunch. I was homeless in Roanoke then, and I did not invest in myself. I never planned, honestly, to live this long, and so I literally got a new lease at life when I was 49.
30 years after his first visit, he's still at the Ram House, but with a completely different life as the director of recovery. From his new office, he's here to help.
It's been my turn for years now to reach over and pull the next person across. That's literally what keeps me in recovery and keeps me going.
Like recovery, reopening has been a journey. Years of planning, delays, and setbacks. But now, Executive Director Melissa Woodson says she finally sees the light at the end of the tunnel.
I can, and believe me, it's been dark a lot, like I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it for a long time, but my faith brought me through.
The payoff? 12,000 square feet of new services. Mental health, recovery, showers, employment help, all in one place. And Woodson says when she thinks about who walks through those doors first, she thinks about people like Danny.
I cannot wait for the second we open this facility up to watch the faces of the people who we serve as they enter this beautiful room.
A ribbon cutting and reopening by the end of September. That's when Danny, a man who can relate, will be waiting at the front door.
I know that people can get better. It doesn't cost anything to listen to someone.
And when someone stopped and listened to Danny all those years ago, it changed his life. Now, it's his turn to help change others.
All right, well, that was a look at some of your top local headlines for today, but don't go anywhere because coming up after the break, we're going to take a look at your First Alert hometown weather forecast. Our meteorologist, Lainey Pugh, is going to join us to tell us everything we need to know about for the rest of the week, and we're also going to take a look at some storm pictures that y'all sent in yesterday. And then later in the show, we're going to look at some more back-to-school news for you. We're going to take a look at some schools that went back yesterday and the plans for those districts. So a lot more coming up here on WDBJ7 Plus. So stay with us. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes.
Testing 1, 2.
Welcome back to WDBJ7 Plus. Thanks for staying with us. We're now joined by our meteorologist, Lainey Pugh. Lainey, happy Wednesday. How are you today?
Oh, it's hump day.
Yes.
We're one step closer to the weekend.
I know, yes. We're getting through it. Just 2 more days. Really until Friday. So,
Right.
Yeah, and I'm glad we got through yesterday. Yesterday was a wild weather day, had some tornado warnings, severe weather. But yeah, how are we looking for today though?
Today's a lot calmer than what we happened over the past, let's say, 48 hours. We had some storms that packed a punch on Monday, almost 50 damage reports reported from that because of wind damage. And then yesterday we had multiple clusters of storms called MCSs. Those came in waves, and those brought several severe thunderstorm warnings as well as a couple tornado warnings as well. But much calmer today.
Yes, thank goodness. And
goodness.
I know we have some pictures to show too. This one sent in from Tyler. Yeah, you can see that it's pretty dark. It was rough out there.
Right, that is over in Pulaski, shelf cloud. And again, very pretty picture, but probably saw some pretty gusty winds along that storm front. So again, a pretty picture for us to see over in Pulaski. Here's a kind of a rundown of what happened for yesterday's storm. So we had about 11 wind damage reports for fallen trees as well as down power lines. We also saw just under an inch of rain for a lot of our hometowns. These storms were moving quickly. They had wheels, so they weren't dropping a whole lot of rain. We also had 2 total tornado warnings that covered 2 counties, Smith and Grayson counties, that we covered probably around 3 o'clock hour as well as the 4 o'clock hour as well. So that's a little rundown of what happened yesterday. Now heading into the next couple of days, we're going to continue to see the warm and muggy conditions continue, as well as the chance to see some daily showers and thunderstorms across our hometowns, and that flood risk is going to follow us throughout most of the work week this week. Here's the latest from the Storm Prediction Center for today. A marginal 1 out of 5 risk is in place for just to the west of us, although a few of our hometowns clipped in it. I do think the majority of the action today is going to stay off to our west. You could see some localized heavy rain as well as some gusty winds with some of those storms. Now, a lot of our hometowns still under that flood watch. Areas to the west of I-81 going to be under that flood watch until Thursday morning. So pockets of heavy rainfall still possible within the next 24 hours. So if you see ponding on the roadways, make sure you just turn around and don't drown. Seeing very pretty conditions right now across our hometowns. A little bit windy over towards Mount Lake Lodge. The rest of us seeing a mix of sun and clouds. Here's a bigger picture of what we're watching. Some rain sitting off to our north and west. That'll slowly try to make its way towards the south and east, towards our hometowns. A lot of it has started to fizzle out as soon as it's made its way out of Kentucky. So we'll continue to watch that over the next couple of hours. Some heavy rainfall. Maybe a few rumbles of thunder, not out of the question. Temperature-wise, stay warming well into the 80s for our hometowns, but feeling a little warmer thanks to the humidity. We'll be feeling like the low 90s. Again, a good mix of sun and clouds today. Most of us in the upper 80s, even low 90s for the south side, Danville and South Boston, 91 degrees, 87 over towards Roanoke, mid 70s for the Blue Ridge, a little bit cooler over towards the New River Valley and portions of the Allegheny Highlands, sitting in those low 80s, even some upper 70s mixed into areas that are in that higher elevation. So feeling like summer. We're going to stay mostly dry today. Again, a mix of sun and clouds, a few isolated showers not out of the question. We could see a few more showers as we head towards the dinner time hours tonight, as well as heading off to bed. This is future radar Let's say this is anywhere around 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Could have some heavier rainfall over towards Marion and Galax, so Smith and Grayson counties. And then we'll see it slowly start to die off as we make our way towards the early morning hours on your Thursday. But we'll keep the chance for some showers and thunderstorms throughout the rest of the week. A very slow-moving front is going to just move its way to the south. That's going to continue to bring some of those daily afternoon rain and storm chances, but perhaps some relief by the weekend. You see our big friend up there, the big blue H, that could bring some drier air for our hometown. So heading into the weekend, maybe a little less humid. So that's something maybe to look forward to. We'll see how the models play out. Here's a quick update on the tropics. Probably around the last 30 minutes or so, the National Hurricane Center has welcomed our third named storm, Cristobal. It's going to be a fish storm. It's going to not have any impact on the United States whatsoever, but we are monitoring 2 waves just to the north and east of South Africa. They have a pretty good chance of having some tropical development within the next 48 hours for that red color, and within the next 7 days for the yellow color you see right there. So monitoring those closely. We'll let you guys know if we could have any impacts for our hometowns, but not really looking likely as of right now. Here's a look at that super 7-day forecast. Hot tomorrow, back into the 90s, and then temperatures slowly start to decrease as we head towards the weekend. Take a look at Saturday, 82 degrees, not a huge rain chance. I would try to get outside and enjoy it. And then next week, it looks like temperatures can rise back again to the upper 80s, even potentially low 90s. Thanks to another heat dome that's going to be sitting off to our south. So.
All right. Yes, I'm glad to see the warm temperatures still here. You know, a lot of people are looking forward to fall and looking forward to it cooling off. But I can say personally, I prefer the warmth, and so I'm just gonna enjoy this while it lasts, but I know those cooler temperatures are gonna be here before we know it. So yeah, it sounds like Saturday, like you said, good day to get outside. The pool is calling my name.
Right.
So,
that'll be a good place to be on Saturday.
yes, exactly. So yeah, looking forward to that, but also good to see some rain chances for us. I think we're on the right track as far as, improving our drought a little bit.
Yes,
So
we are.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Lainey. And hey, y'all make sure to stay tuned in here on WDBJ7 Plus, because we do have our first alert weather show that comes on every weekday at 1:30. Lainey typically hosts that, but all of our meteorologists put in a lot of great content over there. So definitely one to check out today. And yeah, for those watching for now, stick around. When we come back, we are going to take a look at some back to school news for you, check in on some schools that started this week, and a lot more coming up here on WDBJ7 Plus. Stay with us. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us here on WDBJ7 Plus. I'm Michaela Shelton. We're going to take a look at some back to school and health news for you now. Yesterday marked the official start of the new school year for thousands of students across Roanoke City Public Schools, but for one top administrator, it's a bittersweet milestone. Superintendent Dr. Verlita White greeted students yesterday for her final first day of school before her retirement next June. Our very own Kyra Willis visited Wasena Elementary School to see how classrooms are getting ready for the year ahead.
As a superintendent, this is my recommitment as well, as we're starting this first day of school, to say that we're all in. We're all in for our students, starting today, starting before today, but especially today.
That sense of total recommitment echoed through the halls of Wasena Elementary School on Tuesday, one of 17 elementary schools welcoming back students in Roanoke City. The system serves approximately 14,000 students across the entire city, and the first day represents a fresh start with big mounting goals.
We have a saying here at Wasena: we are trying to show up every day, we work hard, and we are being kind.
Principal Marina Seal has led Wasena since 2021, building a track record of progress. Her school-wide discipline matrix dropped behavior referrals by more than 34%. And academically, Wasena's fifth graders boasted a 100% pass rate on the state math SOL and a 97% pass rate in science last year.
It shows about that hard work and how our teachers, our principals are working together and moving forward, staying focused on the things that matter.
While Dr. White says retention stands at 100% at Wasena Elementary, the school system is grappling with recent budget cuts and staffing reductions. Yet, leadership remains entirely focused on meeting student needs individually and striving to close remaining achievement gaps.
But we're turning the page, making sure that we are moving forward and working together and knowing our students, again, by name, need, and strength.
It's a mission greater than a single leader, but one Dr. White says will remain steadfast long after her retirement next summer.
I know there are challenges, but I know we have the right people in the right places to do all of the hard work for our kids.
Ensuring that Roanoke students can conquer the year ahead, one page at a time. In Roanoke, I'm Kyra Willis, WDBJ7.
Yes, I love it. Good luck to everyone going back, all the students and all the teachers this year. And summer has also come and gone for Montgomery County's 9,000 students as school is back in session at all 19 buildings. Parents are an important part of what the school hopes to accomplish. So our very own Ben Wolf spoke with parents at Harding Avenue Elementary about their bonds with the school.
Backpacks on and ready to go. Close to 280 students at Harding Avenue Elementary filed through the doors this morning to kick off a new school year. For parents, it is more than just a drop-off. It is a moment of trust. Confidence that their children will be safe, supported, and set up to grow. That sense of trust runs deep at Harding Avenue, where PTA parents like Megan Aceto have worked to build something bigger than a school. A community.
We have a wonderful school community. It's very tight-knit, and we treat everyone as if this is a family, and so we're very excited to greet everyone back and to see old and new friends here.
This year brings a new face to that family. Harding Avenue welcomes Dr. Cheryl Burrell Graves as its new principal. PTA President Chelsea Flessner says she's excited about the new leadership.
She has such a passion for education and for children and for supporting our teachers, and we could not be more thrilled.
Superintendent Dr. Kelly Gemple is glad school is open.
Just so excited to get started and have the kids back, and we're going to have a great school year, and I just can't wait to get going.
For Harding Avenue families, the bell has rung and a new chapter is just beginning. Reporting in Blacksburg, Ben Wolf, WDBJ7.
That's awesome. I love seeing all the schools getting back and the excitement and smiles on everyone's faces. So, wishing everyone the best as they head back to school. And hey, make sure to stay with us here on WDBJ7 as we continue to cover these back to school moments from all over our hometowns. All right, well, now we're going to take a look at some health news for you. President Trump signed a new executive order on childhood vaccines, calling it a major victory for parents and religious rights. It reduces the number of vaccinations recommended for children under federal guidelines, but it's getting pushback from top medical groups and health experts. WDBJ7's Amir Massenberg breaks down the changes and shares why doctors are calling it dangerous in this Hometown Health.
We're proud to officially announce the United States of America's gold standard childhood vaccination recommendations.
President Trump's executive order is changing the recommended schedule for childhood vaccines, recommending the MMR vaccine for measles, mumps, and rubella now be split into 3 vaccines given at 3 different times instead of the combined 2-dose series. It also drops the number of routine vaccines from 18 to 12 and no longer recommends the hepatitis B and RSV vaccine for every child.
Decades ago, children received only a small fraction of the vaccines required today. In those times, people were much healthier, and of course, the high rates of autism now observed did not exist.
Several pediatricians and health experts are pushing back, saying there is no connection between autism and vaccines.
I'm not sure that there is anything that has been as thoroughly looked at as this question about whether or not there is a link between autism and vaccines, and the answer is unequivocally no.
The American Academy of Pediatrics even noting on their website an original report claiming the MMR vaccine caused autism was retracted due to fraudulent data, leading to the author of the study losing his license to practice medicine. In the meantime, pediatricians are warning splitting vaccines in separate visits will cause not only confusion but financial hardships for families.
We would wind up starting to see drops in vaccine coverage for families who can't afford to keep coming in.
The annual flu shot and COVID vaccine are being left for doctors and patients to decide on together. Meantime, President Trump acknowledged the order issues recommendations, not mandates, saying parents can still choose what shots to give their children. For your Hometown Health, I'm Amir Massenberg.
And we did reach out to the Virginia Department of Health. They didn't have anything to say about the executive order and pointed us to a February statement where they say, quote, VDH strongly recommends that all children in the Commonwealth be vaccinated in accordance with the American Academy of Pediatrics or APP recommended child and adolescent immunization schedule. So we will keep you updated on that there. And that was a look at some of your top health headlines, but don't go anywhere because coming up after the break, we're going to give you a preview of our 7 at 4 show coming up later this evening. We're going to talk about a professional pickleball player and his tie to our local area. So stay with us. We'll be right back with that and more after the break. Welcome back to WDBJ7 Plus. Thanks for staying with us. We are now joined by Andrew Peck. He is the producer for 7 at 4. Andrew, welcome back to Plus.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We wanted to talk about this because we've got an exciting show coming up this evening. A professional pickleball player.
Yes.
Pickleball has really exploded over the past few years, and so we've actually got a guest coming on this evening, and he's from the area.
Yes.
And he's had so many accomplishments, won championships. So tell us a little bit about this guy and what we can expect to hear from him.
Yes, so Yusuf, he's got a very interesting story. He's actually a Radford University alumni, and he now works at Carillion Wellness here in Roanoke. So he's a accountant by day, and by the weekend, he is the #1 ranked nationally senior men's pro pickleball champion.
Yeah,
he won the national doubles champion and the U.S. Open singles champion. So he is extremely skilled. You can look at him right there. He's got the reaction time of a cat, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, this is awesome to see. This is video of him playing, and yeah, it's just incredible to see. And you said also he's got an accomplishment for just being, over 50 and doing this.
Nice. Nationally.
Yeah.
So he is ranked #1 nationally for men's pickleball players over 50.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, really looking forward to talking to him. I'm actually going to be hosting the 4 today.
Yes, you and Kate.
Yes, Kate Capodanno. So because I think Logan, he's out on a shoot today.
Yes.
Melissa's off this week. So I'm looking forward to hearing from him, getting to talk a little bit with Yusuf and just hear his story, just, coming from this area. I'd like to know what he's doing now and just talk to him about pickleball because I think, it, not only just competitively, but for fun can be such a great way to work out, get exercise, especially for the older population too. They love it, but also younger. My brother, he's 20 and he's obsessed with pickleball.
I was talking with our morning anchor, William, earlier today, and he was talking about how he really loves pickleball, and he was in a league in college and everything.
Wow.
So it's a great community builder, and it's really taken off over the last few years.
Yes, it has. It's growing. So looking forward to hearing from him about, how he got started and all of that. But you'll have to tune in to 7 at 4 this evening, and you can watch it here on Plus as well to see that. We're also going to have Pet Talk too, which is always super fun, just bringing in an adoptable pet from one of our local shelters and, talking about, we'll have a special topic, but you'll have to tune in to see that.
Julie Rickman's keeping it a surprise right now, so we'll figure out what it is in a little bit.
Exactly, yes. I'm really excited about that and all the other stuff. You never know what you're going to get with 7 at 4, but if you've never seen it, it comes on at 4 o'clock. It's like our lifestyle show, and it's an hour of great, fun content. So make sure to tune in. You can watch it here on Plus. Just download our free WDBJ7 app on your smart TV. You can watch it on your phone or our website. So, yeah, Andrew, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Looking forward to working with you again today. And, for those watching, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more WDBJ7 Plus after this. Welcome back to WDBJ7 Plus. Thank you so much for staying with us. We hope you enjoyed this WDBJ7 Plus show, but I did want to let y'all know about some specials that recently dropped here on Plus. We do these once a month. We drop the specials that are, part of our franchise pieces. So think about your hometown eats, grown here at home, hometown health. We do these specials basically recapping all of the content that they produced over the past month. And so the most recent one is the Aging Untold special that Natalie Fonts does, and that dropped not too long ago. So I'm going to take a minute now to show you how you can access those specials. This is our website. This is basically a live picture of our website. And so this is the home page. If you go over to WDBJ7 Plus content up there at the top in the middle, you'll be able to see all of our on-demand content that we do for WDBJ7 Plus. And you can see, if you scroll down here towards the bottom, you'll see Natalie's Aging Untold special for August. And if you keep on going, you'll also see, if you just come down here, click load more. Oh, I'm clicking on the Hometown Sports Huddle. That's also here too as well. So we do our Hometown Sports Huddle live every weekday at 6:30 p.m. And if you happen to miss it live, you can just come over here and you'll be able to see all of those. Same for this show right here that comes on at 11 a.m. every day. We also put that on demand right here on our website. But all of this is available as well on your smart TV. If you just download our free WDBJ7 app, you'll be able to see all of this there as well. So yeah, lots of good stuff happening here on Plus. If you have any ideas, if you have any recommendations, let us know. You can send us an email, news@WDBJ7.com. And we've also got our First Alert weather show that comes on every weekday at 1:30 that Lainey and I were talking about earlier. So yeah, as you can see, there's the Target 7 special. We've got Hometown Eats specials, and yeah, lots happening there. And don't forget, make sure to follow us on Facebook, on Instagram. We also just created a new TikTok page, really just trying to expand and reach our viewers where they're at. So yeah, make sure to go check that out and stay tuned here on Plus as well, because we do stream all of our traditional newscasts. So our noon is about to come up here in just a little bit, and all the way from noon until the next day and the early morning shows, everything streams live. But if you miss any of our shows, again, they are on demand on WDBJ7 Plus on your smart TV. We also have the app you can download on your phone and watch this for free 24/7. We've always got something happening here on Plus. So yeah, thank y'all so much for being here with us today. I will be here again tomorrow at 11 a.m. And for now, I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching.